Hello friends and welcome to another video. Today I wanted to take you through the process as I make my own character for a LARP I'm hoping to go to next year, when we can actually go to LARPs and we're not stuck inside all the time, dying of boredom. I've got some D&D dice with me. I have got all the documents I need for making my character laid out in front of me, and I will be screen recording it as well, so you guys can watch me look through them. And I'm going to take you through the process of making a character. I actually made a video about how to make a character for role-playing games, be that D&D or LARP, a few weeks ago, and I highly recommend you go and watch that before you watch this video, because a lot of the techniques I'm going to be using in this video come from that one. So anyway, let's get started. So Fey Court LARP, as you can probably see from what I'm scrolling on the screen, is essentially fairies and a lot of political intrigue. It's very low combat by the sounds of it. It is actually a new LARP, so it hasn't been run before, and it's something me and a bunch of my other LARPing friends are very interested in, so it's something I really wanted to make a character for. So this is the world doc, which essentially gives you a very basic view of the world. I'm sure it goes more in depth, but I have just skim-read it, given it a basic look. There's all kinds of courts, there's some different orders you can join, but now I'm going to skip on over to the Fey Court LARP character guide, which is specifically made to help players make characters. So every player will play a Fey, and you have to pick a name, an element, a faction, 15 points which you can spend on basic skills, an asset, ooh, you can choose a god, oh I'm excited now, and a maximum 500-word backstory for your character. So at this LARP, the magic within each Fey or player character is elemental, so every character gains magic from one element, and that also affects the kind of person they are. This is just kind of comes down for me to Avatar: The Last Airbender. Which bender would you want to be? And like, oh my god, I had such a crush on Zuko when I watched that show, and when I rewatched it a few weeks ago, I still had a crush on Zuko. So, okay, I'm leaning towards fire for now. I think fire is good, and also fire sounds the most like me as a person, which is good because it means my role-playing will be able to translate easier. I'm not playing a really difficult character. Ooh, and there are also some races I get to pick from, which relate to the element. The races for fire seem to be an Ifrit, and, oh god, a Kitsune. Oh, and a Pixie. I'm kind of leaning towards Pixie. Yeah, I'm leaning towards Fire Pixie. That sounds like fun. Plus, Pixies in mythology are always like these really sneaky, devious tricksters, and like, who doesn't want to play that kind of character? So, then there are the 4 courts and the Order of the Moon that I can choose from. I'm leaning towards Autumn Court. I feel like the colour palette fits with fire, and I was just leaning towards that when I had my skim through earlier anyway, just because I like the season of autumn a lot. So, the Autumn Court seeks to expand knowledge, their rational, scientific advancement. Fuck yeah. Innovation and exploration. Oh my god, I could finally play an engineer character. Every LARPer has this thing where they are desperate to play this one type of character, and they never have that opportunity. They either can't find the right game, or they just come up with a better option for the game, or it's a backup character and their character never dies. I have been wanting to play an engineer character since I started LARPing, like 5 years ago. I could be... and I'm a fire pixie, so I could use fire. Right, now that I've picked my faction, I have to pick some basic skills, which I will go ahead and do when I'm not filming, because that's not terribly exciting. Now I get to pick an asset, which sounds like fun. So assets sounds very similar to Empire's resources, which basically during downtime, that's how you earn your money. So for example, at Empire LARP, my resource is a military unit, so I run a military unit, we earn money from that, and then when I go and play the game, I get money from that to use in-game. It's a really, really fun way to make downtime more accessible to people and to justify the money people earn. So let's have a look through what the assets are. Oh, the first one is military unit, of course it is. So military unit, workshop, congregation, a gang! Oh, I'd love to play a mafia character one day, but I don't think that's the way I'm kind of going with this character, so unfortunately, gang, I must leave you for now. Scouts, which is similar to a military unit, a shop owner, or a laboratory. I think I'd quite like to go with shop owner. Maybe I own like a curio shop where I invent funky things. Yeah, I like that idea. See, in theory, the thing I should be going for is workshop, but I don't know, I like the idea of, you know, little young fire pixie owns this like really weird curio shop where everything is clockwork and really funky. I love that concept. Okay, and now, at this point, I can choose a Fae god to follow. Yeah. So we've got the concept, the Autumn Court that I've joined is less about gods and more about innovation without the gods, but I think it's fun to put in some worship there. Plus, if you pick a god that other people don't like, that makes for some great role-playing. So we have got a god of war and diplomacy, a god of time and space. These are all really cool, and since none of them seem to apply to my character, here is where we're going to bring my dice into play. So, as you can see, we have some dice. So I'm going to pick out my d20, and I'm just going to roll it, and whatever number comes up is the god I have to choose. I got a 2. Oh, so close to a natural 20. Okay, I got a 2, and that is the god of time and space. That sounds like fun. Dormammu. It's kind of like Dormammu from Doctor Strange.
Dormammu, I've come to bargain.
Okay, great. Looks like I worship the god of time and space, which actually could fit. Maybe I'm trying to invent a time machine. Hell yeah, that's my ultimate goal with this character's ultimate goal is to invent a time machine. So now we're going to use the dice a lot more, because now that we have the basic character concept, which is an engineering fire pixie who wants to make a time machine and owns a curio shop. Already sounds like so much fun. I'm so excited to play this character. I'm going to use my dice to make my background, and I'm going to show you guys how I do that in just a moment. Hello and welcome back to how to make a role-playing character backstory in less than 10 minutes on your bedroom floor. I've got some assorted role-playing dice with some more here just in case I need them. I've got a notebook and a pen with the title in the notebook, of course. And we're going to start with rolling one of these dice. And that's how old you were when you got your first job. Oh my god. First job? Age 5. Okay. Oh god, this is going to be hilarious. Now, you need to find out how old you were when you got your first crush. Roll another dice. 13! That seems reasonable. Just note that down, so first crush at 13. And now you need to do what I call figuring out your sexuality. I personally like to play characters on a variety of spectrums, and that's what I'm going to use this D4 for. So, it's going to determine gay, straight, bi, or pan. Which obviously are not all the sexualities, but it's the ones I am most comfortable with playing. I'm not saying that's the only ones you can play, these are just the ones I'm comfortable with. Disclaimer over, let's roll the dice. Ooh, 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 I'm pan, butches! Pansexual. Now, you might be asking yourself, Hannah, what else could you possibly figure out with dice? So here I rolled a d6 to get my favourite food. I just looked up a list of the top 10 favourite foods and then rolled the d6. I got a 6, which meant that my favourite food was... Yay! Hamburgers is my favourite food. Oh, I'm excited for this now. And then I also looked at my favourite flower. I really like adding favourite flowers to characters. It's just a little thing I like to do for all of them. So I looked it up, rolled a d20, got a 6 again for some reason, and my favourite flower is 6! It's a daffodil! Ooh, perfect, that's fiery colours-ish. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and do this for a couple more things on my character sheet, and I'll come back and show you guys in a minute. Okay, I've just finished doing all the stuff on here, so my character, who has yet to be named, had her first job at 5, her first crush at 13, she's pansexual, her favourite food is hamburgers, her favourite flower is a daffodil, her favourite animal is a fox, and her favourite colour is red. So now we're done with the character sheet stuff, I'm going to pick my name. And the Autumn Court names seem to be inspired heavily by Victoriana, so names like Albert, Henry, Jane, Eliza, which is great because that means I don't have a name with unnecessary letters in it like half the names I've created for characters. And I like Victorian names as well. I think they can be very fun and they're very pragmatic, which suits this character. So once I have the concept for the kind of name I want, I'm gonna Google it. I'm currently on something called Mum Junction, and I'm just gonna pick a name I like from that. So, I got it! Harriet! Harriet is a fantastic Victorian name. It feels like a very practical name to me. I have a good friend named Harriet who is going to laugh when she sees this video. Yeah, Harriet. So now we have my character, a fire pixie engineer who owns a curio shop named Harriet. Thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this journey of making my character. Got it done in like 40 minutes, which is quicker than I think I've ever made a character before, and I got to have a little bit of fun with my D&D dice. I really hoped this either entertained you, you could relate to this, or this actually did help you in your character creation process, as I made a lot of characters in my time. And so this is a process I'm very used to at this point. If you're new to this channel, please feel free to subscribe and please like the video below if you would like to. Please also comment the kind of character you'd like to play at a LARP like this. Thanks so much for watching and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.